Hey guys, how's it going and welcome back. So today we're going to show you how to program the Boss GT-1000 guitar effects processor. And just going to grab a guitar here. So this is the program on the Macintosh, okay? Same program for the PCs. There may be a slight different look to the interfaces, but generally exact same program. Anyhow, that being said, when you first buy the unit, you may or may not have to do a firmware update. You're going to find out awfully quick because when you first fire up this program, after you download it, if your firmware is to the most recent, then it'll run fine, log you into the processor, and you can start manipulating stuff and save them. If your firmware is not up to date, you're going to have to download the update and install the update, which is very simple and easy to do. You won't have any problems. Just read the instructions carefully as you're doing it, okay? And you'll be fine. It's really not that hard to do. But anyways, so this is the Boss Tone Studio for the GT-1000. And as you can see, you've got an entire layout here that goes from your guitar, FX, compressor, EQ number 3. There's several different EQs you can use in this. It's crazy. Distortions, amps. You can have, even though you're plugged into one amp, you can have 2 amps, and it does alter the sound, which is really awesome. You know, other distortion. Oh, what do you call it? Noise suppressor. You've got different delays. You can have multiple delays going on at the same time. Etc, etc. It's crazy. So anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into patch number, well, it'll be patch 6 actually in the end. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, jazz chorus. Now this is the layout that's used to create the 3D jazz chorus effect. Now every one that is lit up is an active one, okay? And you can also turn off the AIRD preamp number 1, or you can leave it on. You can go to the number 2 and you can have it on or off, or you can switch it around if you want as well. So let's get some sound going here. Okay, so this is the jazz chorus sound. Now, if you listen as I turn the switch off, it doesn't do a lot with the preamp, okay? Now, that's because they're both exactly the same. Let's go to the X modded and switch to that. Now in here I can play with my presence control. Mid-range. Bass. Okay, so we've got different EQs here too. So let me take this EQ and I want to move it here. Okay, so there we go. So now my EQ is number 2 here. Now this is a parametric EQ, and we also have graphic EQ. there's differences between the two of them. So already I can hear a sound difference. So on the FX, that's a vibrato. What's FX number 1? Classic vibe vibrato and chorus, CE chorus. Now we're going to change the stereo chorus. Bring the effect level up and the depth down. But I want that to be over here. Okay? So now I'm going in this way, and these are my effects to the loop this way. So you can move your pedal order around everywhere. You know, like there's no this is how it has to be done type of thing, okay? Now there is this is definitely how it has to be done to get this tone, but there is no actual rules to pedal order for sound. It's with the sound that you want, right? So you can put the pedals in whatever order you want, and if you haven't achieved that tone, then you have to switch things around until you get that tone that you need. Sometimes you can actually get it to a certain point from the original order that you set, but a lot of times you can't. So you got to move your pedals around and say, okay, I need this here, this here. So I want my delay up on this side, and I want it before the amp. Okay, so we've got a master delay, analog. We're going to turn that off. I'm going to turn off this EQ. I want to switch the reverb to, let's go for a Terra Echo. I don't like that placement though, so I want to move that right over here. Hear that drastic change? Now this is the speaker simulator, and you can go in here and output select, and this is where we're going to change what we want. Blues Cube Artist 212 input, Waza Amp 412 return. Wow, that has a lot of reminders of a sound I got on my ME80. I really didn't like this sound, but some people might. Going off to the main master, patch level, let's bring that down. Let's bring the beats per minute up. Carry over. Can we mess with that? Apparently not. Oh, there we go. Off. Wow, is that ever different? Okay, so what happens, we haven't saved this and we just go and switch to something else. There's the fuzz lead. Jazz chorus. So unless you write the file, it's not going to save it. So as you manipulate each patch, make sure if you like the patch the way it is, you've got to hit the right button over here. It's going to give you the location, which is going to be the user, what is it, U02-1, and it'll say 3D course in the title. Now that's where you change the title to the patch you want to name it. So when you're done messing with the patch and changing it the way you want, that's when you're going to save it and give it a name. So let's just go into the FX area here for a second on the 1FX. Now this is an FX2. You get chorus, classic vibe, compressor, defretter, feedbacker, flanger, harmonist, humanizer, octave, overtone, pan phaser, pitch shifter, ring mod, rotary. Oh, the list goes on and on here. There's a boatload, okay? So, and then of course you got stereo 1 and 2 for chorus, mono chorus, dual is nice. CE1 chorus, CE1 vibrato, prime. Okay, let's go to FX3. Now this is a vibrato setting here. Pitch shifter, defretter, auto wah, acoustic guitar simulator. Okay, so if we set up the acoustic guitar sim, let's go through. Okay, I don't want the delay, so we're going to turn that off. I don't need a noise suppressor. I definitely don't need an EQ. Compressor will turn off. EQ off. So what I'm doing here is I'm going through and I'm turning all of these off except for exactly what I want. That's fine. I want to get rid of the JC20. I want to get rid of this EQ. I don't want that noise suppressor either. Master delay, I don't want that. Sub-output setting we don't need to worry about. Speaker simulator. Now, simulator, I want to go with Katana 100 input. Let's see what that does. Okay, let's go over to the MLR. Output select. Let's put that at Tube Combo 212. Now the amp I'm using is a JC120. Let's try a tweed combo. Not bad. Brit stack. Now we're going to get distortion in there. We don't want that with an acoustic simulator. Transparent. That's actually pretty nice. Let's try natural preamp. So you get the idea. You can move stuff around. Let's see if we can move this stuff though. Yeah, we can even move this stuff around too. That's actually kind of cool. And let's move it all here. happens when we move it over here. Oh, that got really quiet. Let's take the reverb. I'm going to place it there. Doesn't quite sound right. Let's, there we go, preamps in front now. Okay, so let's bring the high cut to 250 hertz. And amp, bright. Let's, come on. There, resonance. It's not letting me mess with the bright. Oh, there we go. It's got to click in the right spot. So as you can see, wherever you want to play stuff, you can. And the effects in this thing are just, there's a lot of them. You know, just in your preamps alone, you got Boutique, Supreme, Maximum, Natural, you got X-Crunch, Juggernaut, X-Modded, JC120, Twin Combo, Deluxe Combo, Tweed Combo, Diamond Amp, Birds, Brit Stack, Recti Stack. It's just insane, you know. Your FXs, tons of them in here, lots of choices. The list goes on and on. So that's how easy it is. So now if you're happy with this, now you go click on the right button and then you select right, or you can select clear, which, you know, 3D Jazz Course. Now this is where you change the name, and the patch, this is where you're going to put your location in. You got all these choices. These are all your user patch areas, okay, or U patches. So anyway, and if you change your mind, oh, I don't want to mess with that, okay, fine. So let's go back to Fuzz Lead. Let's even go to the Diamond Crunch. And back to 3D Chorus. One thing you'll notice, it's exactly where you left it originally before you messed with it, because you chose not to write on it. Now you can set the board back to factory defaults and wipe out everything you've ever done. And, you know, that's an option too. Now you also have the main preset area as well. Okay, now in here, can we move stuff? Yes, we can move stuff. Can we change this? Why, yes, we can. Okay, so even in the main presets, you can reprogram them any way you want. And like I said in the demo, you've got the 50 user patch area, okay, and then you got the 50 presets. Now in the first 50 users, you have 5 selections across your board, 1 to 5. So 5 times 50, you got 250 different presets you can make there. Another 250 presets available already in the preset area that you can manipulate to any way you want. So it's 500 different setups that you can do, and it's crazy. So, you know, and it's this easy to program it. Doing this on the computer, you've got a better graphic interface than an iOS or Android device. So the interface is much better and bigger and easier to use. And you can get right into the nitty-gritty really easy visually, right? And you can change things, like I said, and showed you, any way you want. You can change stuff. You know, if you do not want your reverb here, you want your reverb here, you move your reverb. Okay, it still didn't go through there. So we got to go on the other side of that. Now it's in the order we want. You can even have your reverb, let's see, nope, can we do it over there? There we go. So we go guitar and then the reverb. Now you got an FX here. That's a wah. And it's turned off. So click on there, it lights up. I'm just running the pedal with my hand here. So, pretty much the sky's the limit here, guys. It's like I said in the demo, Boss has outdone themselves. They've given us everything, and it is such a small package. A little expensive package, but it's worth the money. I really feel this is worth the money. For what they've given us, it is just insane. A lot of their pre-made patches are actually really awesome patches, and you can download patches too. Like, you know, your favorite artist stuff, I guess, whatever they have, you know, and I'm sure there's going to be forums kicking around where, oh, I want the patch for, you know, AC/DC Back in Black or Thunderstruck or some other song, whatever. And if somebody's made a patch, cool. If not, well, go make it yourself. It's not that hard to figure out when you listen to the music enough. You can figure out the sound and tone you're after, and you can do it. Turn that wah off. So there's your tour of the program. Not a very long video overall, but I wanted to make sure you guys got a good idea of how well this thing actually goes together. Now, there's also a built-in tuner that you can access off the pedal board, but you can also access it here too. And it's a really accurate tuner, and the response is actually pretty good too. I'm pretty impressed actually with the tuner on this. I've played with pedal board tuners and just pedal tuners before, and some of them are really good, you know. This one is actually quite good compared to the rest of them. It actually has the highest marks right now for being an onboard tuner. Now in here, of course, you've got mono, you've got polytune. You know, so it'll actually tell you what note you're on. You've also got different hertz scales for your pitch that you can tune to as well. Output is muted or go through. Right? Let's go to poly. Oh, I guess. Oh, gotta go back to mute, then poly. Now 6 degree, 6 reg, 6 drop D, 7 reg. 7 drop A, so your 6 and 7 string guitars, I guess, are there. Then you got your offsets as well that you can set up. And then of course you can have it bypass, so you can go through. But yeah, it's quite the tuner. Now you'll get all this feature really easy as far as on the interface goes, as far as the main tuner on board goes. I haven't really messed with it a lot. But I wouldn't doubt that the same features are there on the main board too, so it's just going to look different than this picture probably. So anyways, I have to mess with that tuner more. I have not had a lot of time on this board. I just picked the board up yesterday, And the amount of time I've spent on it, I've learned an awful lot about it really super fast. It's because it's that easy. It really is that easy to use. It's just crazy. Then of course you have the tone central area, the Librarian. This is where you can create your live sets in here as well, etc. There's an editor feature, which is where you're at here for editing your patches. And let's see, go into user bank. This is one that I created. Now this is an acoustic guitar simulator, a chorus, a reverb, and defretter. And these are the orders that I picked as well for how I wanted things to go. And I'm running it as if it's 2 amps, even though I'm only going into 1 in the end. I like that defretter because it kind of, it simulates actually a fretless guitar is what it is. A bit of a low clack to it basically. And kind of a little bit of distortion to it. Now, a couple of the songs I've done at church too, I need the wah pedal. So I can recreate this entire patch, but then add in the wah on my next selection. Okay, so that's actually kind of cool too. Anyhow, so that pretty much sums it up. So if you're looking at the GT-1000 from Boss, you will, like I said, you'll have to download the software. We all have to download our own software, even for the Katana amps, and that's fine. Boss has it there. They'll have it there forever. And as the update stuff too, it's good. You know, you can get the latest updates to drivers or programs, etc. You know, and just have a real blast with this thing. But this is your tour. Hope you enjoyed the video and you got a lot out of it. And catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.